Hi everybody, it's Beth Helvey with Couture Real Estate. I hope you're doing good today. So I am doing this from Virginia, visiting family for the holidays, and it is cold up here. Florida is much nicer right now. But I want to go over the November stats with you. They are out and they are very interesting. So as we suspected and as we expect, closed sales for November of 2022 were down from November of 2021. Makes sense. 2021 was a crazy year in real estate as well as for buyers. It was very difficult for a lot of buyers. So don't let those headlines that you see about closed sales are down freak you out. We expected this. We're not expecting to see the same number of sales we saw last year. So another thing that we're noticing is that the closed sale prices are anywhere from 95, 96, 97% lower than the asking price. Now, here's a fun fact about how that works. The asking price that they are taking the information from is the last asking price noted in MLS. If that particular property had had one markdown, two markdowns, however many markdowns, that is not noted. It's just the last recorded asking price. So the chances of those particular numbers actually being a little less are pretty good if you ask me, because we're seeing a lot of markdowns lately. Now, not huge markdowns, but enough to get buyers' attention to come back and look at the property again. So we're also seeing nothing changing in foreclosures and short sales. We're still seeing the same numbers that we've always had. So we're not seeing a bum rush on foreclosures or short sales. And quite frankly, I don't know that we will, but that's a video for another time. Some of the reason that people feel like our sales were lower in November is still some fallout from Ian. Ian hit us. We probably had a couple weeks where there wasn't a whole lot going on, depending on where in the area you were, especially if you were in the South Sarasota County area. There was a whole lot that couldn't be done for a few weeks. A lot of offices were shut down, roads were flooded, houses were damaged, things like that. And they think that that kind of led into November as well. Now, here's what my personal experience was, and I can tell you this for sure, is that I did have some buyers that once Ian hit said, nope, I am not moving to Florida, and they decided to focus elsewhere. I also had a lot of buyers that it didn't change their mind. They're like, we know we're moving to Florida. We know that there's going to be hurricanes. We know that's part of the package. And as a matter of fact, I personally wrote 2 offers. I think in the week, 10 days after Ian, I wrote 2 offers. So we're seeing a lot of that. But once the afterfall or the after effects, if you will, of Ian settled down, then we're going to see more people hitting the market. Now, we are in a limbo stage right now between Christmas and New Year's, and our snowbirds are going to start arriving heavily in January. So January, February, and March is what we call our high season. It is when Sarasota County and Manatee County are at its fullest. We have the most people here during those 3 months than we do at any other time of the year, and we tend to do a lot more real estate. So it'll be interesting to see in January, February, March what our numbers look like, and I bet they're going to be different. Some things to keep in mind is that inventory is still low. Technically speaking, we're still in a seller's market. We have just under 3 months of inventory. We have a couple sections that have 3 months of inventory, but we're hovering around the 2.5 month mark now, which is significantly better than this time last year, but still low for a balanced market. Interest rates are starting to settle down. They're not as crazy as they were, and there are predictions that towards the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter of 23, we're going to see them come down further, which will then, of course, have an increase in activity, we suspect. The time to contract from when a property goes on the market live and then goes under contract is also expanding. It's going back to normal. So all in all, we're seeing a normal market or return to our normal market, but it's going to take a while. It's not going to be overnight. Granted, the frenzy that happened last year did feel like it happened overnight, but the return to normalcy is going to take longer. It's a steeper hill that we have to climb. Hopefully we'll see it next year. If not, maybe we'll see it in 24. But things are getting better. But also don't forget, the climb to a normal market isn't necessarily linear. We're going to see some strange things with inventory. We saw the interest rates go up, and there's going to be some bumps along the way before we get there, but we will get there. So if you have any questions on the statistics or anything, please let me know. I'm happy to hear anything that you may have to say. As always, if you have the opportunity to get outside, especially if you're in Florida, I encourage you to do so. Wear your sunscreen, drink a lot of water, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.